Hey guys, I'm John Setzler. Welcome back to Atlanta Grill Company. Every now and then I get some really inspiring comments from some of you guys on the videos that we do here. And this past week I got a really great comment from a couple of sailors in the United States Navy, Matthew Pradden and Christopher Senny. And guys, I apologize if I didn't get your names just right there, but they've been watching, they've been paying attention, and they've been enjoying some of our great video content. So I gave these guys a shout out and let them pick this week's video. So we're going to do a beef brisket for Christopher and Matthew, and they requested it on the Masterbuilt 1050, so that's what we're going to do. So let's get started. We're going to get started this morning. I'm going to light a fire in the chimney here of the Gravity 1060. I'm going to put my fire starter in there and let it burn for about 2 minutes or so before I close these doors. And after my fire's had a chance to get going there, I'm going to set the temperature. We're just going to start this out at 225. I'm going to cook at 300 degrees today, but while we're letting the grill warm up, we're just going to keep it low. So while our grill's coming up to temperature, I'm going to introduce you to the star of the show. I've got about a 13-pound prime grade brisket here that we need to go to work on. I'm going to be trimming a good bit of the fat off of this, so let me get some of that done and we'll come back and we're going to have a little bit tighter look. Okay, I've finished up my trim here. On the fat cap side, I've taken a good bit of the fat off and I've left about 1/4 inch or so. You can take more, you can take less, you can do whatever suits you. And on the side opposite the fat cap, I trimmed pretty aggressively. I like to clean up most of the silver skin on this. And one of the things I want to show you here, you have a fat line running right here. It comes right around the top and over to the back side. This is the fat layer that separates the point from the flat. And what I like to do when I'm prepping my brisket is I like to cut into that a little bit where I've got a guide, because if I decide I want to come back and separate that after the cook to make burnt ends or something, if you've got this started, you can really make it an easy point to take that apart. Once this is cooked, you can slide the dull side of a knife through there. So the next thing I want to do is we're going to put some seasoning on this brisket. And today I'm going to be using Atlanta Grill Company's Prime, which is a little bit of a unique choice, I think, for a brisket. But this rub's got salt, pepper, paprika, garlic, granulated onion, coriander, dill, caraway seeds, and red pepper flakes. It has a really beautiful aroma, so I'm going to put a nice liberal coat of this on both sides. And now that I've got a nice coat of that on here, we're just going to let this sit here for 10 or 15 minutes and let that rub adhere before we take it to the grill. Okay, I've bumped the grill temperature up to 300, so we're ready to get started. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to set a sheet pan under here that I'm going to use as a sort of a drip tray, and then I'm going to set my brisket up here on the middle rack, and we're just going to let that guy cook. I'm not sure how long we're going today, but what we're going to do is I'm going to start my timer so we'll know, and we're going to be back in several hours to have a look at this once the bark starts to form. And now, while we've got that in there, I want to toss a couple of chunks of pecan wood in my ash pan there to create a little extra smoke for this cook. I love pecan or whatever you want to call it, so we're going to let that ride. I've also taken a bunch of my fat trimmings from that brisket and stuffed it in my little cast iron Fine-X sauce pot, and what we're going to do is we're just going to throw that on here with the brisket, and I'm just going to stuff it over here to the side, and we're going to let that fat render, and we're going to get a nice pot of beef tallow out of that. And once that renders down, we'll have a look at it. That should be able to render down almost completely during the duration of this cook. There will be some of that that won't render, but I'll show you what we're going to do with that after it renders down. Okay, we've been going about 3 hours and 45 minutes here, and this thing's looking pretty good. My bark is almost set. It's not quite there. I'm going to give this probably another half an hour for that bark to finish setting up, and at that point I'm going to take it off. We're going to wrap it and put it back on, but when we stop to wrap this, I'm going to give you a look at that beef tallow we're rendering as well. We're at about the 4 hour and 10 minute mark here, and I'm pretty good with how the bark on this brisket looks. It's looking good all over. So I'm going to take this off, and then we're going to wrap it in some foil. So we're going to slip this back on here. I've double wrapped it in aluminum foil. I've also backed the temperature on the grill down to about 275. We don't need to keep it up quite so high. So now let's have a look at that beef tallow. It's kind of got an interesting look to it. It's not done yet. I'm going to let it keep going, but there is a good bit of rendered fat here, and this fat is just kind of turning into something that looks like cracklings, but I've got a good bit of that in there, and I'm just going to leave it in there while we're cooking. And also here, about 4 hours and 15 minutes in, I'm going to need to load some more charcoal because my charcoal is almost completely gone. So I'm going to open that up quickly. And I'm going to load that chute back up again and close this back up. We're going to be going about another 2 to 3 hours, so we'll see how things go from here. We're almost 6 hours in on this cook, and we're getting really close to being done here. I'm going to crack this open here, and I checked it once earlier. I'm not quite to probe tender yet. Here in the middle, down here it's feeling pretty good. Up here on the far end, so we're going to give this just a little bit more time in the foil, and then we'll come back and have a look again. Okay, here's what I've got out of that beef fat that we were rendering. There's a good bit in there, so I'm going to strain that out into a mason jar, and then we'll have a look at it again. Okay, I got a little less than a pint out of that. I got, maybe 12 ounces, 13 ounces. This is going to solidify, and it typically turns white. It's not typically quite this yellow when I do this, but sometimes it's a little yellow, but I think we did take on some smoke. So like I said, what I'm hoping here is that takes on a little smoke flavor, and I can use that for saute and other things where I need a little bit of cooking fat. And this is just a good way to use some of those trimmings that you trim off of a brisket. Okay guys, after about 8 hours, I believe we're about ready. I'm gonna have a look. I'm gonna check this thing. Yeah, I'm pretty good with that. I'm going to take this off, and we're going to rest it for a couple of hours in the cooler. Okay guys, I've rested this thing, and I've taken the liberty of slicing it open, and I want you to look at that beautiful smoke ring on that. That's absolutely amazing. And this I've sliced these kind of thick, but man, that's just double over tender. I'm going to pull a piece off of there, and we're going to have a taste of that. Look at that. Absolutely gorgeous. Man, that's fantastic beef brisket. I am really impressed with how well the Gravity did on this guy. I mean, it's just really super good. This has a beautiful flavor. It's got a flavor that's way better than the pellet grills. That charcoal flavor is just dominant here. So guys, give this a try. Until next time, this is John Setzler with Atlanta Grill Company.